Hi everybody, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell for your day, and today I'm going to be featuring this month's Card Candy Challenge. So let me introduce you to the products first. So we are playing with the Woven Threads Designer Series paper, which I've got spread out here for you. Okay, and this highlights all of our new in colors. So we've got Pretty Peacock, Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, we have our good old Sahara Sand, Seaside Spray, and then it also coordinates with Whisper White. So these are some really fun, intricate designs, as you can see, of this printed paper. And then of course, okay, I'm going to move these away, those are the in colors. We have the flip side, which are usually a little bit more muted out. So you can see here we've got this great print with the Rococo Rose. Here's a really nice bright Purple Posy. We got the Terracotta Tile, which looks like kind of like a cloth. We got another one with the Rococo Rose and the Terracotta kind of mixed in. We've got the Pretty Peacock here again with a nice pattern, and then we have a nice simple linen one on that Sahara Sand color. So paper that you can use throughout your projects, and you can usually use the really nice print, or you can use the more subtle backside, okay? So I showcased 2 cards on Monday on the blog that I put together with some of the kits. Okay, so here are the 2 that I've shown previously. And so who gets these kits, right? Well, my VIPs get these kits. These are my thank you cards that I send out. So instead of sending a pre-made card that I've made as a thank you, I send my VIP customers samples from the new catalog so they can play with something new to see if they like it before they want to buy it. So if you want to be my VIP as well, all you have to do is shop with me online with Stampin' Up product. You can attend one of my events, or you can attend one of my events by mail. So you can check out the blog. I just did a June class featuring the Bird Bundle Suite. So lots of ways that you can participate and then get one of these card candy kits, and then you can start playing. And then once you start playing, if you continue to play, you get another one every month. So it's kind of a nice way to get a sampler in the mail, play with something new, and go from there. Okay, so today I'm going to put together a new sample using this terracotta grouping. So let me clean off my stamp set here a little bit. Now, as you can see, I include a piece of, this month I included a piece of the coordinated cardstock, a sample of the Designer Series paper. I have sentiments from the Floral Essence stamp set. Now that's not the one with the bundle, but this is the one I wanted to showcase this month. So I've got sentiments. Then I've die cut from Terracotta the heirloom frame, and I used the heirloom die to cut that free. Then on another piece of our Designer Series paper, I stamped direct to the paper with my Memento Black of Flower from that Floral Essence, and then I included a sample of the Woven Threads trim to use on the card as well. So you can see on this card, I've used it and I've freed up the tassels. We just pull off that simple thread on the bottom to free up the tassels, and I layered that on there. And for this one, the little strip that I pulled from those tassels, I made a little bow to add to that one. So don't waste anything, right? Use it all. So let's go ahead and start making a new card with this kit. So here we go. I've got this one. Now I'm actually going to substitute in a different piece of the terracotta tile paper, and I'll show you why, because I want to stamp direct paper with my sentiment on this one, and this one is a little more muted for me to do that with. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut my Designer Series paper down to fit on the front of my card. Okay, so when I send my sampler, I send it at 5.5 inches, but I only need it at 5 1/4 from the front of my card. So I'm just going to trim this down to 5 1/4. Okay, so here's my 5. I'll go to 5 1/4. Just going to trim off just the very tail of that. Okay, so that's going to go right on my card with Snail. And here's that flip side pattern, but that's a little bit busy for me to be stamping a sentiment on, so I'm going to go with the monochrome color on color. Okay, so like I said, I want to stamp direct to the paper. So I'm now going to be putting my frame on, and then I want my flower as my embellishment. So I'm just going to use my paper snips and very quickly just fussy cut around this flower. I'm not worried about getting right on the line, right? Fussy cutting. Leave a little bit of that extra paper along the edge, that way you don't lose any of your image. And these paper snips, I've said it before, they cut through this paper like butter. They're really easy to use, really smooth cutting surfaces. Okay, so here's my flower, here's my frame, and I'm going to do it like that, or am I going to offset and go the other way? I think maybe I'll go that way this time. Yeah? Okay. So I know I want my frame over here now, so I'm going to go ahead and add my frame with a couple of dimensionals. Now some may say, well, you're going to add it first and then stamp. Well, I'm going to stamp direct to the paper, so if I mess up my stamping, I'm going to have to start over again anyway or do something different. So I'm going to be brave, and I'm just going to add my frame to the top. So like I said, I'm going to put it on this side and kind of center it top to bottom and all the way to the right. Alright, so now I'm going to bring in my sentiments. So I'm going to use Wishing You a Blissful Future. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and set this very lightly in my frame. And then I'm going to add to it with Friendly Thoughts and Best Wishes Today and Every Day. Now, what's a nice thing about these photopolymer stamps is I can set them and see them right through the stamp. So I'm going to get those positioned where I want them. Then I'm going to bring in my block, and I'm just going to set that down on top, pick up those stamps. Okay. So now I need to ink these, so I'm just going to ink them with Memento. Make sure I get nice coverage on those. And then I'm going to stamp right into the frame, right on my card front. I'm going to give that a good push because I want it to really transfer over. There we go. So, direct right onto the card. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my flower. So this one I'm just going to add one dimensional, and then I'm going to offset over here, and I'll make sure it's going to be inside my frame, right? So twist it a little bit until you get it where you want it. So there's my flower, there's my card. Now I didn't use my embellishment. So let's see, do I want to add that? I could tuck it down here on the bottom. Little tassel all the way across. That might be fun, huh? Alright, so first things first. Let's make sure I'm going to be able to get it in there. I'm going to go under this frame too. So I might need to pull that dimensional off, which I don't usually advise, but I'm going to do it because I want it underneath there. So now I'm just going to take my liquid adhesive very, very lightly. I'm just going to run a bead if it cooperates. Yep, run a bead, get it started, and I'm going to add my trim right to that bead of adhesive. Press that down for a second. Okay, then I'm going to pick up my frame, add a bead. Now this is where designing cards ahead of time comes in handy, because if I was doing this in a class, I'd say now we're going to add the trim and then we're going to add the frame. But when you're crafting on the fly, like I am today, sometimes you decide to add things after and you just have to work with it. So there's all that. Now, while that dries, let's see if I can pull this thread. Yep. So I'm just going to hold it down as I pull the thread across. See how that freed up all those tassels? And then I come in with my paper snips and I'm going to trim off the end so it's not too long. Now being liquid adhesive, I can pull that down a little bit to reposition those tassels so that they're showing more where I want them to be. And then I'm just going to come in here and add a little more liquid adhesive to the back side. Press that into. Alright, so now I gotta let that sit and dry for a little while, but that came together pretty easily. Like I said, I would have added the tassels on the class before the frame, but stamping on the fly, sometimes that's the way it works out. Okay, so pretty simple to put some cards together with these sample kits. So if you were my VIPs, watch for those bright orange envelopes in the mail and you'll have yours to play with very soon. Now, I have a couple of announcements I want to share with you guys. So in the past, I've always told you to subscribe to my show and tell newsletter, because each Tuesday I put out a newsletter that highlights the weeks before's videos. But now I'm going to tell you to subscribe to my blog. So go to pumpkinhillstampers.com to subscribe to the blog. The link is below as well. And on my blog posts, you can subscribe to get a daily email. And when I do a video, you not only would get the video included in the post, but you'll also get all the products that I'm using and any special tips or tricks, and you'll get a link to the video tutorial library where you can download the PDF tutorial. Now my VIPs are going to be getting my tutorials for free on the VIP version of the Tuesday Show and Tell newsletter. And for those of you who aren't shopping with me, you can still get the PDF tutorials from the video library. Some of them will be free, like today's is free because I'm featuring the card candy challenge at the beginning of the month, so those are always free. But the rest of the month, they are $2 a piece. So if you want to support me, maybe you're a demonstrator, so you're not going to shop from me, obviously, you're going to use your own discount. But if you enjoy the tutorials or if you're using them in your own classes, it would be greatly appreciated if you can support my business just a little bit. As you all know, we all have our operating expenses, as much as I hate to talk about it. So when you subscribe to the blog, you get an email into your inbox whenever I post something new. And don't worry, I don't just share video tutorials. I'm also deconstructing fancy fold cards. I share my demo swap cards over there, ones I'm sending, ones I'm receiving. I also started something new called a catalog highlight, where I'm taking projects from the catalog and breaking them down for my customers. So there's lots of different things you can learn from the blog posts. So come on over, take a peek, and if you like what you see, subscribe to the blog so that you're not missing out on anything, okay? And if you want to get one of these beautiful card candy kits, then go ahead and be a VIP with me by either attending a class or shopping with me, and that's a rolling 6-month VIP membership. So it's not like you have to shop with me all the time, but you could support me a little bit now and then. All right, everybody. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed these cards. I hope you're enjoying what I'm sharing on the blog. And I'd love to hear from you, so you can leave a comment for me here or hop on over and share a comment with me on the blog. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great summer, and I'll be sharing more with you very soon. Bye-bye.